Good afternoon. We are students from the School of Communication. I'm Christine, and the followings are my group mates Abby, Love, and Jacqueline. In today's presentation, we will be discussing the role played by the journalists in Malaysia.
Hello, my name is Lavie Izain, and I will start by explaining the definition of a journalist. The definition of a journalist is a person who does in-depth research and writes them in newspapers and some in magazines or broadcasted on radio or television. In Malaysia, the role of a journalist is to inform about events and issues affecting people to the public. Based on the four theories of press, Malaysia's press is like the social responsibility press because the press is for the people and society. Stories and articles provided by the press are factual informations which are true and understandable.
My name is Abby and I would like to introduce a famous journalist, Stephen Gunn. He is the co-founder and editor of Malaysia Kini. He advocates media freedom to provide the news that hasn't reached the mainstream media. His claim to press freedom also earned him the CPJ International Press Freedom Reward Awards in 2000. Stephen Gunn believes that everyone should contribute to social development in order to bring a progressive society, and his main goal is to ensure that Malaysia Kini will play a vital role in promoting the development of press freedom in Malaysia. Stephen Gunn has successfully fulfilled his ethical obligations by delivering truthful reporting to the public. In 1996, Stephen Gunn was arrested and sentenced to 5 days imprisonment for covering the Second Asia-Pacific Conference on East Timor held in Kuala Lumpur. And after his release from prison, he wrote a column about himself, but the Sun rejected to publish it, and Stephen Gunn resigned after this incident. So it is clear that Stephen Gunn fulfilled his duty to deliver the most authentic and accurate information to everyone.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline and I will talking about the challenges and struggle about the Stephen Gunn. He admitted that he was working on the eye as a journalist in Malaysia. First, he said the mainstream media in Malaysia is completely or directly owned by the political party. So that is hard for him to criticize Malaysia's ruling party. Moreover, Malaysia is a tri-racial society and there is definitely a language appetite in Malaysia. Besides, there are also a lot of pressure and blood given by the government. For example, the studio of Stephen Gunn was banned from attending the press conference of Prime Minister, and the intent of the government to do this is to ensure that no one can directly ask the question that against the Prime Minister. When someone tried to do so, he was arrested and deported. Moving on, Stephen Gunn has written a lot of good articles. One of them is this, Making It and Breaking It in Japan. This article is about his Japanese journey of over 30 years, and this article will definitely open your eyes in a positive way about Japan.
Beside the journalist Stephen Gunn, we have also interviewed another well-known journalist, Rubin Khoo. Rubin Khoo is currently 48 years old. He is an experienced journalist who has worked in this field for more than 20 years. He is a full-time working journalist. Let's start with a bit of the background of Rubin Khoo. He graduated in the UK, majored in social psychology, but ended up being a journalist by accident. As a journalist, he believes that the core of journalism is to tell stories that matters and at the same time to be the voice of the unheard, which says he concerns stories that are impactful and relevant to the public. Rubin's Khoo achievement. He used to be the feature writer for The Star newspaper as well as the newsreader and producer on TV3. Not only that, he was also the editor-in-chief of August Man and Prestige, a lifestyle online platform that represents local content such as fashion, wellness, and culture. Different from Stephen Gunn, he focuses on different types of content such as lifestyle, art, business, and more.
Rubin Khoo also mentioned his toughest struggles being in the field. He stated that digital media was the cause as stories were not being told according to the principles of journalism, and media is succumbing to things like sensationalism and clickbaiting to go viral. As Rubin Khoo worked in a big news organization, which had political links, he had to take some ethical considerations, such as following unwritten rules of not featuring certain people or content.
Next, we have decided to use a few examples to discuss on Rubin's Khoo role as a journalist in Malaysia. In my opinion, I would say he's definitely an open-minded and brave speaker because based on what he used to post and express on his social media, he's always willing to share his real thoughts and opinions in different incidents. As a journalist, he always observes different incidents and give his personal opinions afterwards. Not only that, he also shares relevant knowledge to the public. These are two of his Twitter posts he used to post on his social media. Next, these are some articles he used to write for the Star newspaper. As conclusion, media organizations are mainly controlled by the government in Malaysia. The journalists in Malaysia face many challenges as they have to follow a certain rules set by the government. They're concerned about the development of the press freedom, as well as they are eager to find different ways to discover different information. When it comes to political issues, they are still struggling to pursue the press freedom.